Hello everyone, it's JoypadJake here, and welcome to the start of my very first Let's Play on this channel. I am very excited to be bringing this new series to you. This is Let's Play Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. This game was originally released by Naughty Dog for the PS2 in 2001, was later ported to the PS3 in 2012, and then to the PS4 in 2017. So we're going to get right into this game. We're going to start a new file, and I don't know why one of the files down here at the bottom is even on 0%. Why even bother? So we're going to start a new game, override this save file. I am so excited to start this journey with you guys, and let's get into the story now.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samos the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco. One of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right!
And Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man! Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Gol Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the 3 sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But we're a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells.
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or 2 stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Alright, so after that long-winded story segment, I'm finally able to get into the good stuff here. Never mind.
With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
So, yeah, I was quiet there during the beginning because this is an older game, and as a result, it does not have these fancy things called subtitles that newer games have. So, whenever the dialogue scenes are happening, I'll just be doing my best to be quiet so you guys don't miss out on any of the story. But yeah, this is Geyser Rock. This is your tutorial area. Beautiful environment, if I don't say so myself, or if I do say so myself, rather. That's the reverse of what I wanted.
Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
So what they were talking about there, these are what's called precursor orbs, these little red egg-shaped things. And the more of these that you collect, you can end up trading them for a power cell when you get enough of them. These little dummies here are for you to practice your combat on, if you need to.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-graph zoomer.
Alright, so this is the most important item in the game, and definitely the most valuable one. These are power cells, and as you just heard over that little radio, if you collect 20 of these, then you will be able to move on through the Fire Canyon and into the next area. And I didn't miss any orbs, did I? I just want to check. Alright, no, we're good. So, these things here, in these little red boxes, these are also another unique item.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
So these are called scout flies in these little red and white boxes, and they make these little buzzing sounds whenever you get close to one as kind of an indicator of where they are. And each area has 7 of them, and when you collect all 7, you'll actually get a power cell in exchange for that. Or not really in exchange, just as a result, you get a power cell. And here is number 7. This is a classic pose from the Jak and Daxter games.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
So this little blue lightning here is what's called Blue Eco, and there are a few different types of Eco in this game. Blue Eco is, for now, one of the only kinds you're exposed to. There's also this green Eco that comes in these little sized pellets here, and this is essentially your health. And also the blue eco that I have right now with this little lightning effect can attract precursor orbs if they are nearby, rather. So the green eco, if you get 50 small pellets, then you get a health boost, and if you get one large one, that also equates as being 50 small ones. Like you just saw there. Alright, so what I'm going to aim to do is get all of the power cells, all of the scout flies, and all of the precursor orbs that this game has to offer. So those 3 100% files that you saw at the start of the video, by the time this Let's Play is over, there will be 4 100% files.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling blue eco through your body.
And to get the blue eco to open that door, you just go to this eco vent over here.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
So yes, like she said, those little bursts of blue eco that you got before let you use it for a few seconds. But as you can see by that meter down there on the bottom, these vents let you use eco for a lot longer.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
Alright, and you also have this little scanner here, this little scope that can be activated with the triangle button. It puts you into a first-person view.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos, or one big green one to increase your health.
Alright, so yeah, Samos was reiterating what I said before about the eco. If you have 50 small pellets or one big pellet, then that'll give you a little bit of a health boost. Not necessarily boost, but it'll rejuvenate it.
Jump again in the air to reach even high ledges.
And as you can see down there, I have all of the precursor orbs in this area, all of the scout flies, and now all of the power cells. And we're going to power up this little platform here, and that is the tutorial done. I have to say, this may be a little bit of nostalgia talking, but Geyser Rock is going to go down as one of my favorite tutorials in video games. We're going to go through the gate here. We can only go to the Green Sage's hut right now, so let's go on through.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got moves, eh, Jak? Love to stay in chat, Big Green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
I have to say, I do love that little animation at the end that shows the house shaking. It is pretty great. And one thing that actually happens, if you leave the house, and I think if you go right back in, yeah, you can talk to him again, and then a similar reaction will happen.
Some brave adventurers you two are. Back already and without clearing my block eco-harvesters. They're on the far side of the beach, boys. Now, get moving!
So yeah, that's all you can abuse Samos for during that little time there. And then down here, we have one other person to talk to, that girl that popped up in the beginning, who talked about the zoomer. This is Kira, Samos' daughter. So let's see what she has to say.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Listen, If you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
So what both Samos and Kira have just given us are these little mini quests, and this little path goes here into Sandover Village, as you can tell by the label. And whenever you discover a new place, that little label will pop up. And if you go into the pause menu here, you can see that there's you can keep track of all of your power cells for a certain area, as well as all of your precursor orbs. So you can see we got all of them on Geyser Rock, all of the scout flies on Geyser Rock, and then all of the power cells there too. And you can see by the little triggers on the side, if you want to see your orbs, press X, flies, press triangle, and power cells, press square. And we haven't done anything in Sandover Village yet or unlocked any potential quests there yet, but if you look at Sentinel Beach, we have one active there because of the eco harvesters that Samos was talking about. And I think if I go back into there, okay, no, the one for the Forbidden Jungle isn't open yet. But yeah, that's Sentinel Beach out there in the distance. I love how I just pointed to it as if you guys could see me point. And there's a lot you can do in this game, and a lot of different ways to get power cells. There's no one way you have to do it, and that's kind of what I like about it. And we're going to get further into that next time, but for now that we've got the tutorial as well as the intro cutscenes out of the way, I'm going to leave it here, and next time I will see you guys for part 2 of Let's Play Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. You guys stay classy.